This is the Papa and Son Sports Podcast.
I'm Papa,
I'm Son. What's up, Papa?
cooling like a mug, son. How you doing?
Doing good.
That's good. That is good. What we getting into today?
Talking about the Commanders trades. At the trading line, we were selling, not buying, which I kind of hope for.
That's what you hope for?
Kinda. I kind of rather sell than buy. I'm ready to kind of. It was either sell or buy. I was kind of okay with both.
Okay. Okay. Talk to me.
First, early in the day, it started with the Montez Sweat trade for a
Mm-hmm.
second, it'll probably be an early second, which can has been shown previous years to often be able you can get a first round talent in that early second. So that I wasn't too mad about. But then later in the day, I thought we were safe. Thought we got rid of Montez, we're gonna keep Chase. I was okay, cool. Then saw Chase Young for to the 49ers for which will probably be a late third round pick. Which that kind of hurt. That kind of hurt.
Huh. Now, when I talked to you a couple days ago, when the trade first happened, and you text me, you said, that's good because we're probably going to lose him, both of them really, next year in free agency. So might as well get something for him.
Yeah, it was one or both, honestly.
So might as well get something for him, right? So I said, okay, all right, okay, sure. But
See,
I'm
but
just
also
like,
part of it is we declined Chase Young's 5th year option. Like we could have had him could have had him for another year on his rookie contract. We decided not to accept that. And then if we accepted that, then we would have had him on his rookie contract for another year. Let him get back from his injury, see how he does. That's what I wanted to do, but we didn't do that. So
yeah. I mean, me personally, I thought it was a bad trade. I don't really care how
which
people look
one?
at it. Both of them. I think both of them was bad trades.
Okay, you can't think how.
I mean, Montez, both of these guys are proven, regardless of
No, but they're not.
why aren't they?
None of both. Neither of those players have been elite at all. They've been solid. They have not been elite.
So you're not gonna get a whole bunch of elite players, right? That's just not gonna happen. You'll get a handful of your elite players, but you're not gonna get a bunch of elite players. Now, Montez Sweat, I wish I could see. I gotta get a little bit closer. 27 years old. It looks like 35 sacks, 9 forced fumbles. This is, let's see, how many? 2019, Montez Sweat, we're looking at here. Um, one interception in his career, one touchdown in his career. Sacks, 6.5 was this year, 8 last year, 5 in 2021, 9 in 2020, 7 in 2019. So, like we said, a nice solid player.
Solid,
Proven.
solid though.
He's
We don't
proven.
want proven, sure, but he's solid at the end of the day. He hasn't been the elite talent that we tried to draft in the first round. He's been solid, but
So
remember, our
you
entire defensive line are first round picks that we got to be game changers.
exactly.
Neither of them have been game changers.
I beg to differ. Both of them on the
Chase
field when they're
Young
on the
was,
field.
I would say Chase Young was a game changer in his rookie season, but
Man,
he's been hurt.
he's been a game
This
changer all
season he hasn't been as good.
he's been a game changer all year. I would say
No, he's not at all. Chase Young
he got
has not
20.
been that good this year.
This kid's 24 years old. 24, son. 24 years old. Anytime he's on the field, he's on the field, you have to Sky. Sky. We're having doggy issues here. But yeah, she like barking at stuff outside. But anytime he's on the field, he's a game changer. Anytime he's on the field,
No, but he hasn't been.
you have
What
to be
has said to
aware.
you Chase Young's been a game changer?
He
He has not been getting sacks like that. He's been pretty dominant against the run, but he hasn't been able to get to the quarterback like that. He has not been a game changer.
he has the most what do they call pressure? He had the most
Pressure.
pressure.
Yes, but just like people have said, I don't remember who I saw this from. When you have to start going down to analytics such as pressures and stuff, that's how you know what their impact hasn't been as much as when you have to go to stuff like that, when you're getting away from sacks and QB hits, and you have to go to pressures, that's not a good sign in the player
So
you're trying to look at.
I actually love this. I actually love this because I want to talk about analytics. I want to talk about analytics. I don't know if we're going to get like deep dive into it tonight, but I want to talk about analytics because we come from two different eras, so to speak. Analytics analytics is something that's came into play more over the last 10 or so years. So you really been raised on analytics, and my generation, we didn't really come up on analytics and all of those stats, and but I do want to talk about it. So you said when we have to dig this deep into analytics
I
and
think,
come up with
yeah, you want to come up with pressures,
a pressure
but
category.
I feel like that's too far down. Well, pressures are great, don't get me wrong, but when you're not getting to the quarterback or affecting the quarterback fully to where you're getting to him, a QB hits, QB sacks, things like that, I think Chase Young's been great against the run. I think he will be great still. I think he has
I think he's gonna
still
go over
tons
there in
of
San
potential.
Francisco and win a Super Bowl.
I think he might, but I think he'll be great over there.
So why
But I
not?
don't think
See,
that's a say.
here's my thing. Here's my thing with the Commanders because I read something where they were saying basically, and I felt like it was more of that because we've been talking about get rid of Chase Young. I've been hearing Chase Young name um, in the mix since the beginning of the season.
Both of them.
Huh?
It was Montez and Chase Young because they're both on their contract year.
Yeah, I started hearing about Montez a little bit later, but I most definitely
I
been
heard
hearing about
both at
Chase.
the same time.
I know I've been hearing about Chase, but for me, I think Chase had more to do with uh, confrontation or some type of conflict that him and the organization had.
I don't
Yeah,
think so.
I've been reading, I've been hearing something about it. They said something about them reaching the point of no return, something else that I forgot to really look into. But his father, Chase Young father, called into one of the radio shows here in the district area and had like a heated debate with one of the junkies on the show. So I have been hearing that. But like I talked about before, I think Commanders, the Washington organization, has a problem with one, respecting our players, first and foremost. I think we have a problem with respecting our players. And secondly, I think we have a problem with developing our players. I think we get players, we get high caliber, talented players, And just like when we bench Emmanuel Forbes, instead of working with them, instead of putting the tools around them and giving them the resources and the necessities that they need
That's
to,
that's part of the coaching staff.
yeah, that's part of the coaching staff. I said we don't develop our players, and then we get them to a point where they just like. I'm not going to say.
I already said this multiple times. I think by the end of this season, Ron and Jack Del Rio, by the next by by the next draft, when we're starting to get to draft and combine season, I do not want to see Ron Rivera and Jack Del Rio on our roster. By when it starts to get draft time and it starts to get combine all that stuff, I don't want to see them on our team. I don't. They should be gone. I say turn new. Let this new team, let a new front offense control this draft and start our rebuild, our stuff. Get rid of Ron.
What do
Get rid
you
of him.
What do you hear about? What do you think about Belichick? They talk about bringing Belichick in here next year. They're speculating
I
about bringing
think
Belichick.
I think Belichick's on on a downhill too, so I don't want to go to Belichick either necessarily. I think he's a great coach, don't get me wrong, but I think he's on the downhill, to be completely honest.
I'll take him, even though I said I thought it was time for him to retire. I think it's time for him to retire in New
I
England.
think he's a great coach, but first of all,
Who else you gonna get?
he's known to be a terrible drafter, first of all.
That's okay. That's why you have a
Just
scouting team.
I don't think I don't know. I would love to get Bill Belichick, that all time coach, but I think he's on the downhill. I would love to get a see how you see a lot of these teams that are starting to build up that weren't necessarily good before that are like starting to build up. Dolphins, perhaps. A lot of these teams, they're starting to get like decently younger coaches. They're getting younger coaches that are building with these players.
I can understand that.
Like they're because these younger coaches have a way better sense in seeing the new time of the NFL. The NFL is a very dominated passing and high flying attack now. It's like the Dolphins, crazy offense. What do? While they are decent they're great at running because they have extremely fast runners. They are a extremely high flying offense, and they're the best offense in the NFL by far to me.
I can get it. I can most definitely dig it.
The Eagles coach, he's a younger guy. They've been doing great since they got him.
Yeah, they all younger. Yeah, they all younger. Over there, the Rams. What's his
Him,
name? Sean.
Sean McVay.
Yeah,
He's been in the NFL a little longer now, but he's still young at the end of the day.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
young. All these
He's
guys are
still
younger
young.
now. It's a new coaching era. It's a new era in the NFL, offensively and defensively. Because the offense being so high flying, the defense has to catch up with that. They have to withhold that. Papa?
Chase Young and Montez Sweat. And we put Chase Young in an excellent position. More power to him, but he's in an excellent position over
Yeah,
there.
and with his Ohio State buddy too,
Who that?
Nick Bosa.
Who that?
They play Nick Bosa.
They both came in the league around the same time,
So they played in
or just coming
Ohio State,
from the same
same
college.
school, and they played together. Nick Bosa came in was the second round pick the year before Chase, and then Chase came out next year, second round pick. The second round picks. They're both Ohio State. They played together, so yeah.
But Chase
Now they'll be
was the
back
second
together,
overall first round pick.
and so was Nick Bosa.
Yeah, I think you said they were the second round pick.
Oh no. First round, second pick, both of them.
First round, second overall pick, huh? But yeah, they about to do numbers, man. They about to do numbers. That hurt my feelings. It hurt my feelings because, like I said, I don't want to be a hater and nothing like that. But you took you took Chase Young out of a system in a town that I thought that he wanted to play in, and yeah, I just don't like it, man. I just don't like it. I wish we would dedicate
I don't like
more.
the Chase one either, but I'm just happy to see him go into a winning team. To be honest, like
Yeah, I wish he would have stayed with
Montez,
us while we
he
become a
went
winning
to
team.
bad. Montez went to bad to worse.
But yeah,
So
I know that's what I'm saying. I just feel like this organization still, even with this ownership change, is just bad, man. I just feel like it's bad as far
we
as
have to
respecting
understand
players.
this. You can't blame him quite on the ownership change. The ownership change literally just happened in this off season. It's going to take them a little bit to get settled in. They're going to have to make changes. That's just how it is.
Yeah,
But
I
I'm seeing
understand
from
that,
them
but
right
I'm just talking
now, they're
about
trying to sell their
from
players.
from the respect point of view. Just from I just don't see it. You know what I'm saying? I don't see it from the respect point of view. You got two players. Like I said, all you got to do is invest some time, invest some energy. You already invested money in them. Like I said, uh, I say they was proven. You say they was solid. I said they was proven. They was solid.
Chase
Now
Young
we
wasn't
are.
proven.
Now we have.
Chase Young was not proven.
Why not?
When?
Why not? Like I said, anytime Chase on that field or off the field, even his presence off the field was
Okay, but
always
you're talking
felt.
about being proven on the field. Chase Young's not proven on the field.
I think he has been proven. Like I said, on the
When?
football field, like I've been very critical of Chase Young. I've always said that he was a little bit gung ho, and he jumped that line a lot, and he missed those tackles a lot. His angles was off. But these are minor things. These are like minor things.
I'm
Just
wrong.
had the
He's a
man,
great player. You can see the potential. You can see why he was a second round pick. You see flashes of that,
not the
but he
second
wasn't
round pick, but
necessarily
the second
proved
overall pick.
that. That's that's what I meant. But you see the flashes of that, but like he has not had a time other than unless you want to count his rookie season where he had a good season. But
And then, like
ever
I said,
since,
he
I
had
don't
some
think you can
injury.
say he's proven based off just that one season because he
Nah, he's
hasn't done
he's
anything from that point.
he's proven himself. If Chase Young is on the field, is he not a difference maker? Does he not have the
I,
ability to be in a play or make a play every single
it's
down?
not about the ability; it's about what he's doing. I
Uh,
don't. I haven't seen him be this extremely game changer. No, I haven't.
I'm going to beg to differ. Like I said, I've seen him
Unless you've seen
always.
something I haven't. But
He's always in or around the play. He's one of those guys. He's always in or around the play. He's never too far from the action. You can't you can't teach that. You can't buy that. That bloodhound sense. You can't, man. Like Chase Young and Montez Sweat, in my opinion, but Chase Young 3 years younger, but that's like these are once in generation talent. I don't really care what nobody say. Like you got to give him a chance to. You got to put him in a position where
well,
the
my
whole
thing is
defense.
right. I see where you're coming from, right? But eventually, we're going to have to change something from that D line. Wow, those D line are meant to be a huge part. All first round picks. They're amazing players. But when they've been together, they have not been this dominant force that we
the
were
the
supposed to have.
the defense. Once again, we go back to the coaching. We kept asking, why is Jack Del Rio even here? We've been asking this for the
He
last
should
3 or so
be.
years. So the defense never found its identity. The coaches, the defensive coaches, the line coaches, they never found their identity. So you can't blame that on the players when they just getting burnt off a scheme. You know, a lot of it, sometimes they get missed tackles. Yeah. A lot of that shit was they wasn't in the right position. They wasn't in the right play call for the play anyway. They weren't in the right position to begin with. So I think that they need a better coaching. But like I said, Chase Young is about to go to he about to go over there in San Francisco, and it's about to be trouble, man. That shit is about to be nasty. He see Philadelphia Eagles. He been seeing them twice a year for the last 3-4 years. Already seen them twice a year this year. Like it's Chase is gonna, like I keep saying, be the difference maker for the San Francisco team.
I think he's gonna be great over there.
Yeah, so he could have been great here. It's not him; it's the organization.
I'm saying he couldn't have. Like I said before, I don't think we should have got rid of him. But you can't say that he's proven to.
He's proven all right.
He's not though.
He's proven, son.
He had one decent season, which was a rookie season, and ever since then, we've seen injury and flashes of what he once was.
He's 24.
Yes. And
He's
just like
20.
that, it's been slowed. It's just you
He's
see,
20.
don't get me
It's
wrong,
not
you
what he once
see.
was. He's only 24.
Okay,
He hasn't he
not what
hasn't
he once
became
was.
what he will be yet.
Yes,
We got rid of
exactly.
a talent that's haven't
That's why
peaked,
we should have
and he's
never got
still
rid of
better
him, but we
than most of the
did.
players at his position.
Yeah, and we should have never got rid of him. We shouldn't have, especially not for no third round pick, but we
Yeah,
did
for a third round pick at that. But that
a
goes back
late
to what
one.
I said. That goes back to when I said there was some type of confrontation, some type of conflict amongst Chase Young and the organization. It went deeper than production on the field. It went deeper than value on the field. It went deeper than, what can we get for him? It went deeper than that. Because what they didn't give him was respect. And like I said, I've been like very critical of Chase. I've been one who's been very critical of Chase. But like I said, man, that man, he didn't get the respect that he deserved. But that's something that's been wrong historically with the Washington football organization. That's one of the reasons why older guys, even older than I, would say how they became Cowboy fans because they always talk about how racist the Washington Redskins organization has historically been. And I'm not saying the Cowgirls aren't racist in their own right, but they didn't discriminate when they saw talent. They let colors in and play. So a lot of older black individuals would say that they became cowgirl fans because the cowgirls did discriminate against talent and they could see themselves in a cowgirl jersey. But like I said, I think it's respect for this organization. I hope that we learn how to respect our players, respect our city, respect our fans, respect our businesses that surround them, the vendors. I really hope, like I said, I really hope we come into some serious type of respect and just be humble. We make good money as far as the organization, the Washington Commanders. They make good money. They're amongst the top selling professional teams, but in a lot of ways they're mockery. A lot of ways they're disgrace, and I think we got to start calling it what it is. And when we make crappy moves like this, man, it really just shows. It really just shows that they don't care about anybody but themselves. Really, like it just leaves such a bad taste in my mouth. Gotta wash it out.
We're not fully on the same page. I think the Chase Young deal, I don't think we should do that. With the Montez Sweat deal, I'm not. completely against. The Chase Young deal, I didn't like that at all. But the Montez Sweat deal, I'm not completely against that. It depends what we do
Like I
with
say,
that pick.
he's a solid player. That's exactly the point. And then it depends what that pick does on the field in the NFL. There's a lot of factors, X factors, a lot of unknowns that we
Yes,
just
but
picked up.
us sticking with these guys that sometimes you have to take a risk. We have been mediocre or trash for the past however long. Eventually, we're going to have to make moves. Eventually, we can't just be at this middle ground forever.
Like I
We
said,
can't
son,
be. We are either middle ground or bad. We have never been on the upper side of the NFL since
they didn't they
I've been a
didn't
fan of this team.
get anything for either. They didn't get anything for either. So it just
A second round pick is
they
not
say your
bad.
risk should outweigh, or your reward should outweigh your risk, right?
A second round pick is not bad.
I don't know, son. Like I said, and like you mentioned earlier, they don't do that great drafting. They never go after the big names or the big players. They go out after the good players, but they're not the big names. They're not the big
And
players.
and that's why I want to see change. That is one thing I want to see change. Just like I how you saw when we were talking on draft night, while Emmanuel Forbes, I still hope great things from on draft night. I called you and I was extremely mad because I was there. The Patriots moved back. I'm like, we're actually going to get Christian Gonzalez. No way they messed this up. It's impossible. And what
Yeah,
did they do? They didn't take him.
yeah,
The questionable number one most NFL ready cornerback in the draft, they didn't take him. They decided
yeah,
to take the guy that was a little iffy. He's small. He is while he's a ball hawk, he's a little bit iffy. They didn't want to take the sure thing. Instead, they want to take a ball hawk that's skinny, the person that has obvious and big issues,
yeah.
instead of the sure thing that has been great, shown great stuff so far. And before he got injured for the Patriots, people were calling him the best corner in the draft. He was doing great.
Yeah.
He did great against Tyreek Hill. He was doing great against these top wide receivers. Like I
Uh,
just that one I did not understand at all. At all.
that just goes back to them getting these players, and they need development, and they don't even want to take the time to develop them, but they want to grab these players that's a little bit
Like you
unpolished,
can't
rough around the
you
edges.
can't get these players that have a bit of issues and that are very raw concepts and expect them like you when you draft him you knew he had issues. You knew he was raw. Like so
Yeah,
you can't just get him and thought he was going to instantly be the he's going to be a lockdown or cornerback one straight off the bat. You
yeah,
had to develop to that. You knew that.
yeah.
Christian
So that,
Gonzalez could have been plugged and play instantly,
yeah,
but
that
no, they
goes
want to
that
do.
goes back to my problem with us getting draft picks. We don't know. We don't know. We know that we can't develop. We know we spent the amount of
Yeah,
time that,
but I'm
like I
saying
said,
we can't say we can't develop. That's one of the things we have to work on.
we haven't developed.
These fundamental things that we have to get better on, or we'll never be a good team. So it
Yeah.
is. We're going to have to get better on it. So I'm hoping the best for the future. That's all I can say. I'm ready for draft season. Forget this season. I'm ready for draft season.
Well, we still got a half a season to go.
Forget it. We're not doing anything. I don't care.
Yeah, we
Us
still
getting
got
to
a
the
half of a
playoffs
season to
doesn't mean
go.
nothing. We're not winning the Super Bowl. Us getting to the playoffs, we'll probably even if we do make it, which we probably won't, we'll probably get exited the first round if we're being honest. To be on with this season. Ready for draft
Yeah.
season.
If we make it, son, into the playoffs, we go to the Super Bowl.
No, we're not. We're not though.
If we make it to the playoffs, son, Sam how is gonna get us to the Super Bowl. Him and Terry. And B, what's the other guy name?
B-Rob?
Huh?
B-Rob?
Yeah, Robinson, right? What's his damn name?
Ryan Robinson.
Brian. Yeah, they gonna get us. They gonna get us to the Super Bowl. If we get in the playoffs, they gonna get us to the Super Bowl, son. But as it is right now, we have 3 division losses and no division wins. So our playoffs ain't even looking good.
Yeah, I'm ready for draft season.
Yeah,
This draft, we made bad decisions.
yeah, they always make
First
bad
round pick,
decisions.
I think we should pick Christian Gonzalez. Already said that. Second
Yeah.
pick, we picked Quan Martin. I think that was a good pick, but like everybody said, that was early. We took him. We took him early. We reached for him. Be honest. Um, Third round, we took Ricky Strongberg. What the center? We haven't played him yet, but we'll see. We addressed the issue that we needed. We haven't played him fully yet, but I'd like to see if he can be good. If he could be good, and we have a decent center from going on, that would be great. Because Nick Gates is not it.
So what's
So if we
happening?
can,
What's up with the guy that we drafted? Why he's not
we
playing?
just we haven't played him yet. Really, we put him in some snaps to be like a pulling guard and stuff, but we haven't really placed him as our starter yet. But I like to see something out of him. Our first round pick was also offense. I think it was a guard. He's injured. He got injured though. So I like to hopefully he can be a decent piece. Then yeah. But our biggest issue is with our first round pick. I hope great things for Emmanuel Ford, don't get me wrong. I think he could be great, but I just don't think it was the best decision at
Uh,
that time and now.
and like I said, we gotta do some development. Once we decide to develop players and stick with players, I think we'll have some success. I think a part of our problem is when shit get rough, and it always get rough, especially like you said, when you haven't been good, they say shit gonna get worse before it get better. And I think every time it started to get worse, we start to trade away or fade away. And in essence, all that does is make us have to start all over again. So, that's why I'm just like, stick with something, stick with something because longevity, continuity is a lot, man. It seems like simple things, but it goes a long way. You have to know when you go in a battle, these guys are going to battle, you know, week in and week out.
Yeah, we're gonna need to find our base, honestly.
Say it
Because
again.
we're gonna have to find our base again. Because we don't. There's our team. We need to just have a team and how to revamp a team. We need that strong base, which is going to start league. Jonathan's getting slightly older now, but he still has some years. Deron Payne, we just paid him. But for instance, on the offense side, Terry, he's not old, but Terry's getting up there.
Well, you're not really getting up there. Trey only like
He's
27,
getting up
28.
there. He's about to be 30 soon, if I'm not wrong.
He like 28. He about to be 28, I think. I say my Crow just died, but he about to be 28. He's not that old.
He's 28
Um,
right now.
yeah, he's 28.
We have a couple.
Wide receivers do begin to fall off. Tyreek Hill, he said he only wants to, after this contract with the Dolphins, he said he might just.
Yeah, it's a different era. It's a different era in sports
He said
too.
after this contract with the Dolphins, he might be gone. So
Yeah, it's a different era in sports. I don't know necessarily about football, but in basketball, I don't think you're gonna have after we see this group of guys like LeBron, and then you got Chris Paul, and that core group. Once they phase out, I don't think you're gonna see 20 plus years. You know, I think these athletes are going to start getting in like, okay, we can get this bag at 10 and get out of here, keep our body in somewhat good condition. And I think they're going to start, I think the game is going to continue to evolve, continue to change, but continue to evolve. And I think they're going to start having shorter careers. I think they're going to start preserving their bodies a lot more, and I think they're gonna start using their intellect, and they're gonna start moving in different spaces within the football organization. Besides playing football, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it, but yeah, I don't think you're gonna have like I don't think you when you talk about Tyreek Hill, I think that's going to start to be the norm. I think you're going to have these long careers. Like I said, LeBron and that whole um, generation of the NBA, once they finish, I don't think that next generation going to want to play 20 years. I think 15 is going to really go back into like the max.
the mental, the social life, everything.
Yeah. Yeah, and a lot of people talk about adjusting to that. They get so used to the schedule of playing, of being a part of that they just like they don't know what to do. They say they find themselves, driving to practice some days, or what I'm saying. They find themselves in that same routine that they've been in for the last 10, 15, 20 years. So yeah, I think they're gonna switch it up for sure.
Papa.
Son.
Unless talk a little bit about fantasy. Papa.
Yeah, I'm doing terrible. But you want to know the crazy thing about that is?
What?
The crazy thing about my record is the first couple games, even though I was in those two, very close. My
Ooh.
my first game was close, but I'm like always projected to be one of the higher scorers. It's just funny how it plays out.
I did not think you were 1-7.
Yeah, I'm 1-7. Like I got a 1% chance to make the playoffs as it is right now. 1%. It's just ugly right now. It's very ugly. Like I said, my last week, I lost by 1 point, 125 to 130. I'm sorry, I lost by 5 points, 125 to 130. It was close, and I had ample amount of points on my bench just sitting there. I had ample amount of points on my bench. But yeah, that's just how I've been fanning out for me, though. I'm glad to see you're doing well.
Yeah, 0-2 to 6-2. I said when I'm going.
Yeah, that's how I thought I was feeling. I thought I was feeling like that. That's how I thought I was going to be moving.
Because I told you those first two games, I really could have won.
Yeah.
But like the second week, Nick Chubb needed like 2 more points from me, but then he got injured. And the first week, I think it was Tyreek Hill. He had Tyreek Hill and Dallas defense, would drop like 70 points combined. So
Yeah. Yeah, I
yeah,
remember that.
I
Because
really
he was.
though I really could easily be 7-1, but Nick Chubb got injured. Hope he can come back next.
Yeah.
All good, but
Yeah, I'm looking for a complete winning record for the rest of the remaining
you
of the games. I think we got about what we at? I think we got about 6 games. End up 7-7. See if I can make the playoffs.
Don't need it, Pop. We're gonna need to go on a win streak. First, you got
Uh,
the easiest, but not the hardest.
yes, keep hope alive. Or keep hope alive.
You were talking about starting them for like 4 weeks now.
Who that? Moss?
Yeah.
I know, man. If I would have had, that's another thing. One player. If I would have had Zach Moss in those 4 weeks, I probably could have won those 4 weeks. Just simple shit like that, man. It's just very simple. It's just very simple. But that's what made my team. That's what made me do so well last year. I was plugging in and out, plugging in and out. I was looking at, who they playing, the streak that they on. I was really like, this year I kind of like set my roster, let him sit there, and I'm going more by analytics, like we was talking about, and I'm going by more analytics of who overall have the best chance and who overall been doing the best, instead of listening to how I'm feeling or listening to how the momentum of everything is going. I've been paying attention to those numbers and analytics too much.
Yeah, really, I've been just kind of setting my team because I got a squad, so I just kind of just set them.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Monroe's on bye this week though, so that's my flex, and he is an amazing flex. I'll tell you that much.
Who's that?
Amon-Ra St. Brown, he give me like at least 16 points every week. Usually more, but at least 16.
Yeah, my starter don't even give me that in turn. He give me about that.
My flex give me 19, 15, 20, 17, 30, 23, 17. He consistently give me 17. He's consistent.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like I said. I don't.
Brown, I didn't get him too late, but I got him later than he should have been. And
AJ was sitting there. AJ was sitting there. I don't know how Arthur sat there in our draft so long, but Arthur did sit in our draft for a good minute.
Yeah. Remember
Arthur Brown.
Yeah.
Huh?
Let me check when I got him actually. The 23rd pick. So that's somewhere in the second or early third round.
Yeah.
That's that's early third. I got AJ. He's been top. He's second
early
ranked.
third. That's crazy too. Even though the draft was going past fast, I don't know how that first round went past so fast, but it did.
Man, he's ever since he complained to Jalen Hurts, it's been 22, 38,
20, like
33.
I got you. All right, I got you.
22, 38, 20, 20, 30, 33.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
They say you keep throwing it over there to Devonta. I'm trying to tell you, I'm gonna make your life easier, man. Throw the ball my way.
You've been the truth.
He's on one of the hottest streaks in NFL history now. 125 for the last 6 games, 125 receiving yards or more for the last 6 games. They said it is a record. And you got players like Randy Moss, Calvin Johnson, Jerry Rice,
but that's
Michael Irvin.
With the high flying offense, to where Tyreek Hill, AJ Brown has Tyreek already hit 1,000 8 weeks, and AJ Brown's right there at 8 weeks. Like 1,000 yards, literally just 2 years ago was great. You're a top wide receiver. You get that for the entire season. Now people getting there 8 weeks in.
Yeah, no, it's
offenses is
it's
crazy.
Insane. Yeah, it's insane the development.
For a top tier wide receiver, you get 1,000 in the entire season, which you still are, in my opinion. But like these people, 8 weeks is starting to get ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta. I don't know. I don't know. Like, it's a lot of big plays that be given up though. A lot of big plays, and like I said, it's just so unmatched.
Offenses.
It be so unmatched. Some players are just so much better than the rest.
It's like
You know, they just head and shoulder above the rest.
It's just like there's just too many elite wide receivers in these high flying offenses where the corners, unless it's like the top corners, a lot of them can't even keep up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
like it's hard being a right now, truthfully.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I think we're gonna have to start scouting corners bigger, start um, developing bigger cornerbacks because the wide receiver are getting bigger and bigger, but I don't see that necessarily with the cornerbacks. But you got wide receivers out here, 6'4", and cornerbacks are still they still clocking in, charting in at like 5'11", 6 feet, 6'1".
It's a little shorter now, but like the like the print for a cornerback is usually nowadays like what you want from like the perfect is like 6'2" is what you want, like the perfect
Yeah,
big 6'2" corner, which is
yeah,
pretty good. Kind of like the mold you want.
yeah. I got the picture I got with Terry McLaurin. I said he about an inch or two taller than I, but not a great deal. And I'm just like, like you said, corners are probably about my height on average, a little bit taller, a tad bit taller. So when I look at the picture, I'm like, we'll match up. That's what he probably match up against when they out there playing. So yeah, it looks about right, about 6 feet. But yeah, I would say that 6'1", 6'2" makes a hell of a difference. It doesn't seem like it. That 1 to 2 inches really makes
One
a
from a corner
significant difference.
2.
Huh?
Which one from corner 6'2", long arms?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that makes a hell of a difference.
Especially if you're like 6 foot, long arms can really recover that.
Mm-hmm. How you blow bubbles?
Hmm?
You put up a light bubble.
I did.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
You blowing bubbles. I don't know what you did. Reaction. Say, nah, that's a different bubble. That's a different. Yeah, that's different. Your joint was clear. Your joint was probably from your phone or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to take it off.
This is gone.
All right. I know. Huh?
This is gone for me.
One more time?
It is gone for me.
Uh,
I think it's about time to wrap it
yeah.
up.
All right. We also gonna talk about this NBA in tournament shit. I don't know what it is, but we'll talk about it our next session, our next recording. They start tomorrow, November 3rd, run through December 9th. Like, I don't even understand this. I'm old school, but I'm gonna look. I'm trying to understand it. They got like a tournament for everybody, and then it's gonna be like something like the top 8 teams for each. I don't know. It's weird. I was trying to read up on it, but yeah, I can read well. My comprehension is not that
Everybody
well this day and time, it
talk
seems.
about,
Yeah.
people just talk about how weird it is, but the courts look cool.
Say it one more time.
Courts look cool though. That's the last game from it.
Okay.
They
Okay.
actually have
All right.
They got like gray courts, pink courts. That's kind of, but other than that, I don't know.
I mean, you know, I'm a basketball fanatic, NBA fanatic, so I'll watch. I think I'll like it. This put it at the beginning of the season.
But
Okay.
it's the Papa and Son Sports Podcast.
I'm Papa.
I'm Son. Deuces.
And we out. Deuces.